Hi, you're listening to Say Less, where we talk about literally everything and anything.
Rants, thoughts, hot takes. This is the podcast for you.
No filter, no problems.
Say less. We said what we said.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Renee, and welcome to another episode of the Say Less podcast. So, you guys are probably wondering, what is Renee going to be talking about today? And no, it's not about love life, guys. Today is a life advice episode on the podcast. So, lately, I've been seeing a lot of people who are graduating from college and, trying to transition to their first actual job. So I'm here to offer a little bit of advice as someone who's been working and has been part of the labor force for about, I would say, 3 to 4 years now. So yeah, I actually graduated back in 2022 and I'm already in my third company. So I have advice as someone who is a Gen Z na para bang ang dami kong experience. I mean, feel free to listen, but again, take it with a grain of salt. So yeah, I guess my number one advice for someone who's just about to enter the labor force and working, adult life, my number one advice is to go for the experience. Because, of course, since you just graduated from college, you're out here in the working force to really gain more experience about, your course that you graduate from or about this role that you're trying to get into. So, when you're working, I think you should prioritize getting experience. Like, you want to work in a company that will really teach you a lot, teach you a lot in terms of like the industry or teach you a lot in terms of the career path that you're trying to eye. Like, for example, if you want to get into marketing, if you have a passion for marketing, like maybe go into a company that, has a really active marketing team and they can teach you a lot in terms of marketing, the skills that are required in marketing, the people that you will meet in marketing. So go into the labor force chasing for experiences, for learning experiences, because when you're young, this is the perfect time for you to hone your skills and really grow your skills. So you want a job that will really teach you a lot of things. So yeah, just go into everything because of the experience. And second advice, this might be a little bit controversial, but don't go into the working force just chasing the money. Like, of course, getting paid a good salary is recommended. I mean, everyone should get paid a good salary. But for me, I feel like if you're starting out, what you should really prioritize more is the experience, the learning experience you'll get from this job opportunity compared to the salary that you will get. Because salary, it progresses with time as you gain more experience, as you go up the corporate ladder, and as you really hone your skills. So if you're just a fresh grad, I feel like you should really prioritize learning experience more compared to the salary. But yun nga, if you end up in a company that pays well and also teaches you a lot of things, then that's great. But of course, sometimes the reality is you get into a company, yes, they do teach you a lot. Yes, the people are good. Yes, you do learn a lot from this company, but sometimes the pay is not the best. So sometimes you really just gotta weigh those things out. Like, what is more important to you? My third advice is to set a timeline for yourself. For example, I know a lot of older generations, they really just want to stick to one company and like they're chasing the stability of things. And I know us Gen Zs are known for like, oh, job hopping, shifting, whatever it is. And for me, we shouldn't judge people if they are shifting, like everyone is just figuring things out and really assessing. And of course, when you're young, you are still trying to figure out what you like, what you don't like, what industry you like, what job field you like. Like, there's a lot of things that you're still figuring out when you're a fresh grad or when you're new to the working force. So for me, I do not judge the people who are, shifting or trying to go to different industries or trying to go to different jobs, because I know that, sometimes you don't really know what is your calling in life. Like, where is your passion at? And if you're young, then you have like the luxury to still figure it out. Yeah, but I think what's important is, yun nga, you set a timeline for yourself. Like, for example, I'm gonna work in this company, first company, maybe about 2 years, and then I'll assess, is this still good for me? Is this company still good for me? Like, is this still what I want to do in life? Is this where I see my career heading? Because me, I have also a lot of like passions in life. Like, I'm good at math, but I'm also good at marketing. That's why I had a difficult time when I was starting off. Like, what industry do I really want to work in? Do I want to go to an industry that's finance related, or do I want to go into like maybe consumer or retail industry, and do marketing there? Or do I want to do something analytical like math, or, you know, it's difficult. That's why for me, if you're shifting jobs, it's fine, but give yourself like a timeline. And lastly, my fourth advice, and I think the most important advice is, when you're about to start, your career journey, I think the most important advice that I could give you is to not compare yourself to your friends, to your siblings, or to your parents. Because I know in today's time with social media and all, like, it's difficult to not compare yourself to the next person. And I'm sure there's going to be a time when you and your friends are all starting your first jobs. I know you guys will be talking about how much their salary is, and you'll be comparing it to yourself. Like, if you can avoid comparing yourself, please do not compare yourself to the next person. At the end of the day, everyone is just going through life the best that they can, and everyone is just navigating through life the best that they can. And of course, there will be some people who are way ahead of you, and you'll be surprised, like, oh, why are they earning that much as compared to me? Of course, it's inevitable for you to have thoughts like that. But if you have thoughts like that, you should not resent yourself for not being as good or as successful as them. Because again, everyone is just having their own journey. And even with social media, like, if you see them, oh, they look so happy or they look so accomplished in life, like, you don't even know what's happening behind the scenes. You don't even know the amount of struggle, the sleepless nights, the overtimes that they did to get to where they are now. So there's no pressure for you to be like them. No one is pressuring you to get to the same level as everyone else, like, quickly. No one is doing that. It's all just in your head. You're the only one pressuring yourself to be like everyone else. But at the end of the day, we are all just going through our own journeys, and you will get there. You will get to that level of success. You will get to that level of salary in your own unique way, in your own timing, in God's perfect timing. But like right now, what you should be like really focusing on and reminding yourself is that everything is an experience. Nothing is a wasted opportunity if you take it as an experience, like if you take it as something that you can learn from. So just focus on you. Focus on gaining new experiences, focus on honing your skills, focus on yourself. Like, what makes you happy? Like, focus on yourself. What is your definition of success? So don't feel pressured that everyone might be doing better than you, that you have friends that are earning more than you. It does not matter, because success for them is different compared to what you define success as. And at the end of the day, life is not that serious, you know? As long as you're doing something that you feel passionate about, as long as you're doing something that you feel fulfilled at, as long as you're doing something that, also pays well, then there's no point for you to compare yourself to anyone, you know? As long as you're happy, who cares what other people are doing? Who cares what other people are saying, you know? The only person you need to truly satisfy and prove yourself is yourself. So, yeah, I guess as early as now, if you can really learn that skill of not comparing yourself to others, then that would be great. Because once you learn how to not compare yourself to others, then that's when you'll be truly free. That's when you'll be truly happy. Because again, I keep saying this, life at the end of the day is not that serious. Everything is a learning opportunity. Every choice you make is a learning opportunity. And if some things don't work out, for example, you make a decision and it does not work out, who cares? Diba? Take the learnings that you got from that opportunity and then move on. Find the next best thing. Find the next thing that will make you happy. Find the next thing where you can learn a lot of things. You know, life's not that serious, and you define for yourself what is success. And that's why you should never compare yourself to anyone, and you should only satisfy yourself and make yourself proud. Oh, I guess another last tip in line with not comparing yourself to others is also learning to trust yourself. Because, yun nga, everyone is going through their own thing. They're all figuring out life the way that they think is the best. So you, at the same time, should trust yourself that you can overcome anything, that you can achieve your dreams, that you can be successful, that you have to trust yourself that you already have the skills and the strengths and the uniqueness that you need to be successful. Because when you believe in yourself, then that's when you stop comparing yourself to other people because you trust yourself that you will get there, that you will be successful in your own timing and God's perfect timing. So, yeah, just believe in yourself. I honestly believe that anyone can achieve anything, as long as they put their heart and soul into it, as long as they work hard, and you'll get there. You'll be successful, whatever your definition of successful is. So, yeah, yun. Those are my 5 advices for people who are trying to navigate through life. Just remember, life is not that serious. You are in your own journey. You already have the skills to make you succeed in this world. All you have to do is hone it, improve it, and you will be successful. You will achieve all your dreams. So please do not resent yourself for not being like everyone else. Do not compare yourself to anyone else, because what matters is how you view yourself, how you view your success. So, yeah, that is it for me today in today's episode. And I hope that this episode helps you one way or another. And if you like this episode, then I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.